When Dusty Hill passed away suddenly, all eyes turned to Billy Gibbons. Fans were left in shock. What would he say? What would ZZ Top do next? Gibbons' silence was deafening until he finally spoke. And what he said left everyone stunned. The loss of Dusty Hill felt like a jolt to the rock world. Just days earlier, he had stepped off tour due to a hip injury. No one expected it to be goodbye. On July 28, 2021, Dusty passed away in his sleep at home in Houston, Texas. Gibbons and drummer Frank Beard issued a short, heartfelt statement. "We are saddened by the news that our compadre, Dusty Hill, has passed away." It wasn't just a bandmate they lost. It was the soul of ZZ Top. For over 50 years, ZZ Top remained a rare constant in rock, a band with the same lineup, the same energy, and the same grit. At the center was Dusty, cool, steady, and unmistakable with his beard, shades, and booming bass lines. His deep grooves powered classics like Tush and Lagrange. Gibbons once praised Dusty's perfect timing. Beard called him rock solid. Fans just knew he was irreplaceable. When the news broke, tributes poured in. From fans to fellow musicians, the world mourned. "A true legend," one fan wrote. "He was the heart of ZZ Top." And just like that, the music paused. A few days earlier, Dusty had told Gibbons, "Give Elwood the bottom end and take it to the top." That was Dusty, calm, committed, and always thinking of the band. His passing wasn't just the end of an era, it was the loss of a brotherhood. Billy, Frank, and Dusty had stuck together through decades of touring, recording, and surviving the highs and lows of the rock life. Behind the scenes, Dusty had been suffering. He battled chronic bursitis, a painful joint condition, and had recently broken his hip and shoulder. He kept most of it quiet. That's just who he was. He didn't complain. He played, until he couldn't anymore. Dusty Hill's body was giving out. Years of performing had taken their toll. He battled painful ulcers and chronic joint conditions like bursitis, silent enemies that wore him down. He fought quietly, never looking for sympathy. But behind the scenes, Dusty's health was fragile. Just days before his death, he made a quiet, telling decision. He stepped away from ZZ Top's tour. The band had just returned to the stage post-pandemic. Fans were thrilled. But Dusty, clearly struggling, chose to go home to Houston to recover. His longtime guitar tech, Elwood Francis, filled in. At the time, no one expected the worst. It seemed like a temporary break. But Dusty was moving slower. His hip and shoulder injuries made even simple tasks hard. Playing bass, nearly impossible. Though he passed peacefully in his sleep, his body had been through a lot. The fractures weren't fatal, but they were signs of deeper exhaustion. Billy Gibbons later said, "There's a lot of conjecture. It was all of it. His hip, shoulder, ulcers. It just became too much." The truth is, Dusty gave everything to his music, until he couldn't anymore. He never wanted pity. He wanted to rock. And that's what he did, right to the end. Dusty's death hit Billy Gibbons hard. Processing the loss took time. And when he finally opened up, his words revealed just how deep the bond had been. "It was very unexpected," Gibbons told Classic Rock. Dusty always bounced back before. Even in rehearsals for their upcoming tour, he'd seemed focused and determined. But during their first show, something felt off. Gibbons saw it in Dusty's face. After the show, Dusty admitted he needed to see a doctor. "I want to figure out what's got me on the ropes," he said. That night, he went home. He scheduled the appointment, but he never woke up. "It was lights out," Gibbons said. "No drama. Just gone." The grief hit hard. Gibbons later told Variety, "I had a couple of moments with the Waterworks. He'd lost more than a bandmate. He'd lost a brother. Dusty had faced mounting health issues, arthritis, bursitis, ulcers, chronic pain, but never let them stop him. You don't die from a broken hip," Gibbons said. But it all caught up with him. In the end, it wasn't one thing. It was everything. And despite the heartbreak, Dusty left the band with one clear message. The show must go on. Before they were legends, they were just two musicians trying to find their place. Billy Gibbons grew up in Houston, son of a conductor. He was raised on blues and classical, and by his teens was forming bands inspired by B.B. King and Jimmy Reed. His psychedelic blues group, the Moving Sidewalks, even opened for Jimi Hendrix. Hendrix famously called Gibbons one of the best young guitarists in America. Meanwhile, Dusty Hill was carving his own path. Born in Dallas, he played in local blues bands with his brother, Rocky Hill. But creative differences split them. Rocky wanted to stick with traditional blues. Dusty wanted to evolve. It was a tough choice. Stay loyal to family or follow a vision. Dusty chose the music. In 1969, it all came together. Gibbons, Hill, and drummer Frank Beard formed ZZ Top. What they created was more than a band. It was a Texas-born blend of blues, rock, and swagger. They weren't imitating anyone. Their look, their sound, it was original, gritty, cool, real. Over 5 decades, ZZ Top became one of rock's most enduring acts. Through it all, the lineup never changed. That unity, the brotherhood, was their secret. Even as fame grew, Gibbons and Hill never forgot their roots. They carried the lessons of struggle, sacrifice, and loyalty with them, all the way to rock and roll immortality. ZZ Top's journey was built on grit, loyalty, and creative control. From smoky bars to sold-out arenas, they earned their place in rock history the hard way. And while fame came later, it was the setbacks, late nights, and raw perseverance that built the band's core. So when Dusty Hill passed away, it didn't just hurt, it shook the band's very foundation. Billy Gibbons admitted it hit him deeply. "It was an unexpected reality that landed in my lap," he said. "It forced me and Frank Beard to hunker down and get serious." Dusty's final words were unforgettable. "The show must go on. Don't forget it." Gibbons recalled Dusty even pointing and shaking his finger, making sure the message stuck, and that became their guiding light. Rather than end the journey, Gibbons and Beard decided to honor Dusty the best way they knew how, by playing on. "It felt more suitable to carry on than throw in the towel," Gibbons explained. His public statement said it all. ZZ Top will soldier on. Elwood Francis wasn't just a replacement, he was family. Dusty Hill's longtime guitar tech stepped in on bass, keeping ZZ Top's iconic sound and look alive, full beard and all. Billy Gibbons said, "When I see Frank Beard smile after 30 years, I know something good's happening. Dusty's spirit fuels every riff. This is more than survival. It's a promise. The show must go on." During a moving Tush performance, Dusty's recorded vocals filled the arena while his signature hat stood on stage, a powerful symbol of a legend who's never really gone. Rock icons like Ozzy Osbourne and Slash hailed Dusty as a true original. Paul Stanley of Kiss called him the thunder in the bottom end. Now, Gibbons leads ZZ Top with fresh music rooted in blues, honoring Dusty's legacy every night. "I don't see any reason to stop," he says. ZZ Top's soul is alive, the legacy roaring louder than ever. What's your take on ZZ Top's next chapter? Drop your thoughts below. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos, and don't forget to press the bell icon.